Hello everyone, welcome to the class today. So this sequence is really good poses and breathing that are going to help you to get a better sleep. So it's a really relaxing class. It can be done before bed in the evening, or you can team it up with one of the other classes as a relaxing end. So for today's practice, grab all you need. If you have got a belt, then that's going to be really handy for towards the end when we do some of our leg stretches. So as well, I was just going to say that a really nice thing that helps to relax you a little bit more, especially if you practice in the evening, is if you make sure that you turn off anything that might distract you. If you can dim the lights, that's great. If you're okay in burning things like oils or something really relaxing like lavender, frankincense, that can help you to be put into a really more relaxed state. So they're always good to explore these things and see if you can use these to benefit your yoga practice a bit more. So we'll start off lying down on the floor, moving what you don't need out of the way and coming down to the floor. And what you're going to do first of all is just let your knees hug in towards the chest and just taking a very gentle rock from side to side. And as you do this, just start to be aware of how your back is feeling. This is a great class to wind down from your day, or if you've had a stressful day, just starting to release into the physical body. And just a couple more of these really nice rocks. And then just be still for a few breaths. Let the back just relax from here. And then releasing the legs. Legs are going to be bent, feet to the floor. And we're going to come to Baddha Konasana, a nice few minutes in that position. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You're going to open your knees out to the sides and you can take them in a little bit closer. If you've got cushions or anything, you can use that to support. First of all, if you can, you're going to rest your hands onto the fronts, the thighs or around the hips area, and let your shoulders be nice and relaxed from here. And with your hands here, just encourage a sense of softening and releasing. So when we're tensed, when we're stressed, when we're anxious, that we hold a lot of tension around the hips area. So just feeling this really nice sense of opening up, letting go, releasing around that hips area. And then just focus on your breath. So nice, slow breaths. And just begin to breathe in and out through the nose. And just making these breaths ever so gentle, they're not forceful. Focus on softness and calmness in the breath. You're going to take your hands now to the belly, so just below the navel area. And you can let your palms rest down into the belly. You might let your fingers, middle fingers, just gently touching towards each other. And then we're going to activate just a deeper sense of relaxation by focusing the breath to where the hands are now. So as you breathe in, just feeling that gentle expansion as the belly rises. And as you breathe out, feeling that softness as the belly releases. So continue to do that, feeling how the breath moves from here. And this is a great pose for starting to soothe your nervous system. It's a great one to wind down with. It's a great one to create more relaxation starting to happen in the mind and the body. Just keep focusing on the breath, focus on the hands. We're giving the mind something to do when we focus on the breath, especially focusing on the hands. And then the last bit from here, we're going to release the hands. We're going to bend the arms. We're going to cactus the arms, back of the hands on the floor. Spreading the hands and just feeling a sense of release into the chest from here. If you feel a little bit too open or a little bit too exposed in the chest doing that, then just take the hands back to the belly. And then feeling a sense of release across your chest as we invite the breath to move in a little bit deeper. Maybe feeling it around the rib cage, having a sense of expansion and openness. Just last few breaths from here. Just see if you can soften your forehead a little bit more. And just feeling a lovely release all across the forehead. If we've had tension across here during the day, just feel it gently releasing as we encourage the skin to soften. Let the arms release from here. And then just give the legs a little bit of a support as we bring the feet back, and just taking the knees in towards the chest one at a time, and taking the knees nice and wide, and just going back to that soothing rock again from side to side from here. You're going to take the feet to the floor as wide as the mat, let the arms reach to a nice T shape, or go back to cactus in the arms. And we're gently dropping the knees to the right side, letting your head slowly turn towards that left side. Feeling a lovely release in the side of the neck. And just soften and release with the breath. And then inhale, come back to the centre as we breathe out, dropping the knees to the left, letting the head start to slowly turn towards the right. Coming back to the centre. You're going to just do this a couple more times, working with your own time and your own breath as you gently move from side to side. And your choice now, you might start to move it just from side to side a little bit quicker to get more of a release on the back. Or you might decide to hold that twist for a little bit longer as you drop the knees to one side. Just tuning in with what's going to feel good for us right now to get a sense of release and letting go. So the next time that you come back to the centre, you're going to just release out of that twist. You're going to take the knees in towards the chest. You're going to take your hands behind the back of the legs. And we're going to come into happy baby pose, but doing it really nice and slow first of all. So the legs are going to lift up towards the sky. And you want your feet and your legs a bit wider than the hip distance apart. You're going to bend the legs. If you can, first of all, wrap the arms around the back of the legs. And then just let your shoulders relax from here. So feet might be, soles of the feet might be pointing up towards the sky. Or we might be taking the feet further forward, depending on what feels good for us. Just let the arms drape around the legs for a few breaths, holding it here. And then for the next part of it, you can just keep the hands here if it works fine for you, or lifting up the arms a little bit higher, maybe hands onto the outside of the feet or inside of the feet, and just soften, let your shoulders just release from here. As long slow breaths, you might even take a slow rock from side to side, easing out any tight bits or tension around the body. Using your breath, think about calm breath, softening the skin around the face. Coming back to the centre, if it works, you can bring the soles of the feet together. You can always take your feet back down to the floor for Baddha Konasana if that works better for you. Tucking the chin in, nice, long, slow breaths. Shoulders are relaxing, releasing any tension, any tightness from the hips. And then slowly release, feet to the floor. Just drop the knees to one side and then come up to a nice, easy seated position from here. So either cross-legged or finding your seat that works for you. And then take a few nice calming breaths from here. We're going to do some grounding breaths while we're here. So you're going to just slowly inhale, raise the arms above the head, and breathing out, connect down with the earth as you slowly guide your hands down towards the chest. So inhale, nice slow breath as we lift the arms up. And exhale, connect with the seat as you draw your hands back down towards the chest. We'll do 3 more. You can take the arms out a bit wider this time. Inhale to lift. Exhale, really focusing on that exhale as we guide the hands back down towards the chest. 2 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, guiding the hands back down towards the chest. Last one from here. Inhale to lift. Exhale, taking the hands back down towards the chest. Slowly release the legs and we'll roll over and come into an all fours position from here. Let yourself sink back into child's pose, releasing the hands forward, allowing our head to release to the floor. So we've done some nice hip work already, so you might have a sense of release in the hips, and you're allowing your back just to spread a little bit, and you're feeling the contact with the earth and just feeling anything, any worries, any stress, any moments that you had during the day today, just feeling them, just a sense of lightness as you connect with the breath and the body. And then slowly lifting up, coming back to an all fours from here. Nice spread hands. And just inhale, lifting up your tailbone, lift the front of the body, lifting up the head, gazing up. And then breathing out, rounding over, gazing back through the legs. Inhale to come through, nice full breath, chest opening. Exhale, rounding over, gazing back through the legs. Do 1 more, inhale to lift. And exhale, 2 rounds over. This time if you can, sink back to the heels, take your knees a little bit wider. And slowly start to walk your hands forward, coming into a wider variation of child's pose, letting your head release from here. Just taking some really nice long slow breaths, softening your shoulders, letting go of any tension, any tightness. Think about your head that's in contact with the earth, so it's a great one if you've got tension, if your head is, you suffer from headaches, that this is very soothing. Child's pose can be seen as a little bit of medicine that helps to just soothe us and set us into a state of calmness. So we activate the parasympathetic nervous system as well when we come to some of these poses, and that's the one that takes us out of that state of maybe being stressed. A few nice breaths. And then lifting up, coming back to an all fours. We're going to just come up into downward dog, so tucking the toes under, coming into downward dog, and just take a moment to feel a wonderful stretch in the back of the body. Head is nice and relaxed from here, no tension, no tightness in the head. You're going to soften the legs, you're going to slowly walk your feet towards the hands on the hips, and we'll lift up and come to standing. We're going to come into forward fold. So when we come into forward fold with the arms clasped dangle, that's a wonderful one for letting us release tension and tightness. So just going to take the hands on the hips. Inhale as we breathe out, going to hinge forward. Going to take hold of your opposite elbows and just encourage some weight to move down towards the earth, soften the knees. And then slowly just moving gently from side to side, letting go of any tension, any tightness from here. Head nice and heavy, so really let the back of the neck release. Just take a moment to just come into that forward fold, softening the legs a bit more. Hands can come to the hips and we'll slowly lift up to come all the way up to standing. Shoulders nice and relaxed. So we're going to come into a nice wide-legged forward fold. And if you've got something that can support the head, then we can have a go at exploring that, as that helps to just keep you more relaxed state. So you can use anything, if you've got cushions, pile of cushions, or anything to hand, you can have a go at doing that. If you haven't, don't worry, we'll just think about relaxing the head. So you're going to take the feet nice and wide for a wide leg, standing forward fold. Feet forward, big toes in slightly from here. So just take a few nice breaths, feeling the contact of the earth with your feet. Soften the legs. We're going to start to slowly hinge forward from here. So with your block or anything you've got, you can use that to support your head from here. You let your arms maybe just release, whatever feels good. And take a few moments thinking about just letting go while you're in that standing forward fold bend. Long, slow breaths from here. And you can always explore whatever feels good to support the head. Feeling any tension, any tightness, just gently easing away from the body. And then lifting up. Just going to come to a twist while we're here. So we can take the hand either to the block if you're using that, or hand to the floor. It's going to be your right one. You're going to take your left hand onto the hip and we'll start to slowly twist towards the left side. We can raise the arm if it feels good. Just getting a sense of releasing the back muscles. Releasing the hands down so you can bring your left hand down, right hand onto the lower back. And then we'll twist towards that right side from here if it feels okay. Raising that arm up. Inhale, and then as we breathe out, slowly releasing the hands. You're going to take your hands back to the hips, lifting up, coming back to standing. Heel toe your feet back together, or step your feet back together. We're going to come back into that dangle position with the arms clasped, so the hands on the hips. Going to slowly come forward from here. Going to catch hold of opposite elbows again. Let some weight move down in towards the earth. Forward folds are really calming as well, which are going to help to promote us getting into that relaxed state of being, which is ideal then for if you just want to relax or go to sleep. Having a gentle move from side to side. And then bending the legs, come down to the floor from here. We're going to extend out with the legs. And if you have got a block or a brick, just something that's going to support the head, you can use that, or cushions or anything like that. So the legs are going to be lengthened. You can always take the legs a little way apart if you need to. Just take a moment to get a nice release in the back of the legs. And then slowly we're going to come forward into our forward fold. So if you feel that you need a little bit of support for the head, the blocks work really nice from here, so that, or anything that's going to support so you don't get any tension in your head, and anything that's going to press into your forehead or in between the eyebrows is going to help to deepen that state of just calmness and relaxation. Nice soft shoulders. You can always just release the arms a little bit more if you need to. Feeling a nice release on the back of the body. Nice long slow breaths. And just think about calmness and ease while you're in that posture. A sense of just letting go. Just being where you are in that posture, not striving anymore, just being here, being present. Just a couple of more breaths while we're here. And then slowly start to ease out of that position, releasing the block or anything that you used. Bending the legs from here and come into an easy seated position. And we're going to do one of the most wonderful breathing techniques out, alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana, which is so good for balancing the brain. It's to help to create that balance of energy, and it's meant to be a really good one if you can't sleep in the night, if you wake up. That try this one, and often it will bring you into a calm state so you can get back to sleep. So whatever position works for the legs, and it's going to be the right arm. I'm not going to mirror image you, so it's going to be your right hand that you're going to take. And your choice, whether those first two fingers, index finger and middle finger, whether you want to be resting them on the forehead or tucking them in the hands. And your thumb is going to close the right nostril, and your ring finger is going to close your left nostril. And you might be using your other hand to support the elbow if you find that the arms are getting tired. So finding your preferred position with the hand. We're going to start off closing the right nostril. And as you inhale, slowly taking that breath in through the left nostril. You're going to close the left nostril and pause with that breath in. You're going to open the right and breathing out through the right nostril. You're going to breathe in through the right nostril. Closing the right, pause with that breath in. Opening the left and breathing out through the left nostril. Breathing in through the left nostril. Closing the left, pause, holding that breath in. Opening the right and breathing out through the right. Breathing in through the right. Closing the right, holding that breath in. Opening the left and breathing out through the left. Breathing in through the left. Closing the left, pause. Open the right and a slow, calm breath out through the right. Breathing in through the right. Closing the right, holding that breath in. Open the left and breathing out through the left. Release your hands and just take a few nice, natural, calm breaths from here. Notice how you feel from that. And it's a great one once you've worked the alternate nostril breathing, which is called Nadi Shodhana. You might like to explore adding a count to it. So you could do something like counting in for 3. You might hold that breath in for 1, count out your breath for 3, and holding that count in for 1. That's a great one to start with, and you can explore the numbers a little bit more once you're used to that. Just pause, notice that state of calmness that you've created. And then slowly let yourself release the legs and just slowly roll down to the floor. Let the body relax, so you might let your legs bend, you might let your legs lengthen out. And just take a moment to maybe notice how the body and the mind is feeling. Notice maybe how you felt at the beginning of the class when you first came down. Maybe you have a sense of just this calm state that you've created in the body. You might feel it through the breath. And you might notice that you've let go of any tension, any tightness, anything that had been weighing you down, anything that you've been holding on to. Maybe you feel a sense of just release and lightness in the mind and the body. So your choice, you can stay as long as you like here. And if you're ready to finish, we can actually finish off just bending the legs, hugging the knees in towards the chest, taking a moment just to pause from here. And then slowly rolling over onto the right side of the body. Lengthen out the arms so you rest on the arm and the hand is just the other hand's there to support you. And just take a moment to feel how you feel from that practice. And then slowly let yourself ease up from here. Coming back to seated. Pause again, just notice what you feel like from doing that practice. Take the hands in towards the heart centre and softly bow the head down. Feel the connection to the heart space, connection to the earth with the head lowered. Slowly allow your eyes to blink open. And as you inhale, lift your head, lift your heart. Namaste. Hope you have a really lovely rest of the day. Sorry, we didn't actually get a chance to use the belts for the legs, but we'll do that in another class. Take care.